We have turned everyone to his own way, and Yahweh hath laid on him the iniquity of us all.
Now what is this talking about, 5 and 6? But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we're healed. How can we get healed through somebody else's stripes? Are we like sheep who've gone astray, and Yah turned everyone to his own way, and Yahweh laid on him the iniquities of us all? What is he talking about? Let's turn to the book of Isaiah, the 49th chapter. Who is he talking about? How can, if he's talking about Israel, they ask, then how can Israel be the servant that's saving Israel? Well, Yah shows you this in the 49th chapter of Isaiah by reading the very first verse. It says,
Listen, O isles, unto me.
Here the Creator tells you, the ones that are sleepy, the ones that's been up all night drinking and smoking, listen, O isles, unto me. Hearken, ye people from afar. Yahweh called me from the womb. Well, he must be talking about Christ. They said, well, Christ is the one he called from the womb. Let's see who it is he called from the womb. Yahweh called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother had he made mention of my name.
And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword.
That new sharp thrusting instrument having teeth. He's still speaking of it. He said, thou hast made my mouth like a sword. Who did he say was that new sharp thrusting instrument having teeth? He said that was Israel. And now he said, and thou hast made my mouth like a sharp sword, and a shadow of his hand has he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. And his quiver has he hid me, and said unto me, thou art my servant.
O Israel.
O Israel, not JC, not Yahshua, but Israel. He repeats over and over and over that his servant's name is Israel. Thou art my servant, O Israel,
in whom I will be glorified.
Yah said he's going to be glorified through Israel. Israel is the one that's going to glorify him, not Melchizedek, not JC, but Yah says Israel is his servant. Israel is the one he knew from the womb. Israel is the one he hid and made him a polished shaft and put him in his quiver to draw him out in the day of battle. I remember when I first started coming on TV, everybody was calling all of them, what is this Israel? I've never heard of them. Where did they come from? Who is this? We're the only church that's been with me. Who are we? All you have to do is pick up the Bible. We're the only church that you'll find from Genesis to Revelation. We find that Israel is the only one that Yahweh speaks about. The only one he started and ordained and sanctified. And they ask, who is Israel? Israel is Yahweh's servant. You need to ask yourself, who is Baptist? Who is Methodist? Who is Episcopalian? Who is Seventh-day Adventist? Who's Jehovah? Who are they? They're not written in the book of life. They're not written in this book. They were all started by men. And then they have the audacity to call us a cult. And we're the oldest church on earth. How can we be a cult? And Yah speaks of us. Yah started us. Yah ordained us. He said, in whom I will be glorified. Yah said he would be glorified through Israel.
Then I said, I have labored in vain.
I didn't know I was so precious. I was worshiping JC. I was just working to send my kids to school. I was just working so that one day I can have a house. I've been laboring in vain. I have spent my strength for naught. All I'm spending my strength is taking all my effort trying to make some records so I can praise myself. But when it comes time to work for Yah, I'm too busy. I don't have the time. But I can work for myself so you can glorify me. Hear my voice. Hear our sound. Hear me exalt myself. But when it comes to Yah, I don't have no time. But I didn't know who I was. But I have been laboring in vain. I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain, yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work is with my Elohim. And now said Yahweh. Yahweh starts speaking here. And now said Yahweh,
that formed me from the womb.
That formed me from the womb to be his servant. Why does it keep mentioning that Israel is his servant if in fact Christ is his servant? Why isn't Christ mentioned anywhere in the Holy Scriptures? Every time the Creator talks about his servant is Israel. Every time he teaches about the one he has glorified, he speaks of Israel. The one he said he knew from the mother's womb, that he brought up to sanctify, that would glorify him, is Israel.
To bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh.
You must have missed that. Watch this 5th verse again, because this is the question that everybody's asking. They said, Elesha, if he's speaking of Israel, how can he be speaking of Israel and then tell Israel that I'm sending this other person to you? He's talking about a special group of Israelites. He's talking about the Israelites that he called his elect, his chosen. And he's going to grab and elect a polished group of Israelites, and he's going to send them to wake up the tribes of Israel, and he's going to send them to restore the reserved of Israel and wake up Jacob with this certain group of Israelites. Notice verse 5. And now said Yah that formed me from the womb. And who did he form from the womb? Israel. To be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him, though Israel be not gathered. Israel not even gathered. Yet I will be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my Elohim shall be my strength. And then Yahweh said, it is a light thing that Yahweh, that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the ends of the earth. So all from Jerusalem to Canada, from the United States to Russia, to the North Poles and Alaska, Yahweh says that Israel shall be his what? Salvation unto the ends of